Minister, you said that you were perplexed, mystified, and had no idea why these boards were striking. Then you blamed the strikes on local issues time and time again. That's a story that no one is buying anymore. Now you say kids aren't in the classroom because teachers have, and I quote, a general desire to strike. The other side of the table is dumbfounded by your remarks. Minister, it's your job to know why these boards are striking, and it's your job to get these students the education they deserve. Minister, because of your inaction, will you resign before you cost these students the rest of their school year?
The answer to that is no. I'm almost uncertain as to where to go with that question because there's so many muddled facts in it. I think that what I'll just do is review what's going on, Speaker. We have 3 boards where the secondary teachers are in a local strike position. I will continue to say that there really has been no clear articulation as to why those local unions have gone on a local strike. What we know is that all 3 of the boards remain ready and willing to negotiate with their unions, local unions. We know that the Peel Board in particular was there until after midnight on Sunday trying to reach a local agreement. And I actually want to commend the board for the effort that they made. What I can tell...
Thank you. Thank you. Stop the clock. A reminder to this minister and everyone, when I stand, you sit. And when I say thank you, that's your signal that your time is up. Stop. Supplementary member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and again to the Minister of Education. When you introduced Bill 122, you promised, and I quote, a clear and consistent labour framework that works for all parties. The end of the quote. Your 2-tiered train wreck of a system isn't working for anyone. And you aren't working for these students. Nearly 72,000 students aren't in the classroom right today. Over 800,000 more will be impacted on Monday. And it seems like you just simply shrug this off. Minister, what are you saying to the students and their parents who are worried about the end of the school year?
Thank you. Minister.
What I will say to the students is that we know that the only way to resolve this is to get to the table and negotiate. We remain absolutely committed to negotiating a collective agreement because that's the way we can make sure that every student, regardless of whether they're an elementary or secondary student, is back in the classroom. We remain committed to negotiating with the secondary teachers and with the elementary teachers, and I want that to be absolutely clear. That's the way to labour peace, and it's the way that the Tories, when they were in control, never ever figured out was how to negotiate. It's also absolutely contrary.
Order. The member from the P and Carleton will come to order. One wrap-up sentence.
I just want to repeat, we are willing to negotiate. That's how we solve the problem.
Thank you.
Well, next thing you know, she'll be blaming Leslie Frost for the turmoil they're in today. Minister, this is a quote from you, and I quote, "This is going to make it a whole lot easier for everybody because we know the rules." And that's after the vote on Bill 122. And here's a quote from your Premier, and I quote, "It is my responsibility to light whatever fires I need to light under our folks to get the deal and get it in a way that fits our parameters." End of quote. Minister, clearly the 2-tiered train wreck of a bargaining system is not working. I think the Premier should be lighting the fire under you, and if you're afraid of the heat, you should resign immediately. You being mystified is not helping our parents and teachers. Are you intending on ignoring these strikes and negative impacts right through to the end of the school year, Minister?
Be seated, please. Be seated, please. Thank you. Minister.
I actually have a question for the member opposite. opposite. I'd like to know who he thinks it is shouldn't be at the central table. Is it the government shouldn't be there because we supply the money? Is it the school board shouldn't be there? They're the employers. Is it the teacher union shouldn't be there? That was the way you wanted it. You just wanted to take over and not have the teacher unions there. Just who is it that you wouldn't have at the central table? Tell me that.
You seated, please. You seated, please. Start the clock. I will also remind all members, that third-person discussion through the chair. By going through the speaker, we resist the temptation to elevate the temperature. I remind you all. New question, the Leader of the Third Party.
Thank you, Speaker.